So I'm going to start this video off with a Marvel's Echo update. If you remember, last week we got some ratings updates for the show, and it came in at number 10 on the Nielsen charts for the week of January 8th through the 14th, pulling in 731 million minutes. The second week, though, for January 15th, it didn't even make the cut. The only reason it made the cut for that 1 week was because they dumped all of the episodes at once. So yeah, they accumulated quite a bit of coverage, but nobody kept watching the show. There was no good word of mouth. It got dumped. That is a dumpster fire, ladies and gentlemen. And it's funny. It kind of seems like, yeah, they wanted to just put it out and then hopefully people would forget about it. But this is pretty telling to me. Check it out. It's not even on the list. And that was with all 5 episodes coming out at once on 2 platforms, Hulu and Disney+. Boy, oh boy, that is disastrous. But if you were to ask a Disney executive, it's not their fault. It's your fault, bigot. It's from that park place. Disney executive says moviegoers that criticize the company's agenda want movies that conform to aggressive gender stereotypes. Well. Never taking the blame, as always, with Disney. So why can't you just get with the progressive values of today and go support these movies, you regressive bigots? What is going on here? This is a great article. They actually start things off with these polls that were conducted where they show that people have no faith in the company. It has the highest unfavorability rating among other blue chip companies, coming in with a 21% unfavorable score. Comparatively, Sony had the lowest with just a 5% score. The poll also found that respondents are divided by political party. It found that fully 30% of Republicans and 26% of independents have an unfavorable opinion of the company, compared to only 8% of Democrats. That's a big deal. This is the problem that Disney has when they jump in to all of these politics. The country is very divided on these things, and when you decide you're going to jump in the middle of all these politics, you run the risk of turning off people. And it's a hard line nowadays. It's not just, well, we can look past a thing or two. You're drawing lines in the sand for no reason. For no reason. And they're doing it to themselves. I can't wait till that vote comes for the shareholders and they get to pick the board. Oh, man, if Peltz gets on there, that shit is going to be hilarious. I bet you he makes it, too. They have a whole website, votedisney.com, where they tell you why you've got to vote for their executives. You got to say no to Nelson Peltz and all of his buddies. You got to say no to them. So here is the Disney executive. So apparently this guy, Matt Maloney, put out a newsletter, and Disney had an executive, an anonymous executive, that actually responded to it. So this is, I don't know where this is from. Poster David Heron shared his thoughts about these results, stating, while conservatives give higher unfavorables, it's not perceived wokeness that's keeping people from theaters. The more immediate issue facing the entire industry, not just Disney, is the quality of the content and the price of moviegoing. The price of moviegoing is a problem. It's expensive to go to the movies nowadays. That's a fact. But apparently, a Disney executive wanted to chime in and say that everyone says it's the movies, stupid, which is an easy thing for people to say, More appealing movies are a great way to jump the political issues, but more and more, our audience, or the segment of the audience that has been politicized, equate the perceived messaging in a film as a quality issue. They won't say that they find female empowerment distasteful in the Marvels or Star Wars, the latest trilogy starring Daisy Ridley, but they will say they don't like those movies because they are bad. So make better movies becomes code for make movies that conform to regressive gender stereotypes to put men front and center in the narrative, which is what you're seeing now and what Bob Iger's pivot is about right now. So that's what it is. They don't want empowered women. You're taking boy brands and turning them into female gender-neutral brands. What did you think was going to happen? And I don't think there's anything wrong with people wanting a male in the lead of a male-driven franchise. But apparently if you don't, you are a bigot. You are a sexist. These companies are learning real quick. Did a video the other day talking about this. You have the Silk stuff over at Amazon. They fired the writer's room, apparently. And they're trying to make the show more male-driven. They want the show to bring back a male audience because guess who actually likes superhero stuff? Men. I don't understand the problem here. Why is this a big deal? Why is it a big deal that men and women like different things? It's incredibly stupid to turn that into some kind of sexist messaging. And the thing that's even more bullshit about it is that, it's okay for women to have Barbie. I know I have a problem with it. But if you have something for men, apparently that's a giant meltdown and we can't have that. Look at this article from the Mary Sue. Amazon's Silk Spider Society is being retooled for a male skewing audience because apparently men don't have enough already. So these feminists over at the Mary Sue are pissed that Amazon wants this show to make money, so they're going to try to make it more male-friendly, which means that Silk will probably be sexy. She'll probably have a sexy costume, and they'll probably get a sexy woman to play her, which is things that men like. But they're mad. Apparently, this is a big deal. I don't see the problem here. Comic books, I'm sorry, mostly enjoyed by men. And I'm not saying that women don't like them. Sure they do. However, the ones that do like superhero comics especially like them for the same reasons that the men like them. They already liked it for what it was. You can have comics for women. You can have movies for women. You can have shows for women. Like Gilmore Girls, those things exist. What is the problem here? Why can't you just make things for certain audiences? It really shouldn't be that big of a deal. But all of a sudden now, when we want to make things for men, it's gender regressive and bigoted. It's such a joke. And now you've got a Disney executive coming out anonymously putting shit out. It's like, you're not doing yourself any favors here. You know that vote's coming up. If this becomes a big deal and people start bringing this up and talking about it, you're going to look bad. And it's probably going to sway even more of your shareholders to vote for Peltz. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.